welcome back to my channel. I'm super happy that you're here today. I completely forgot about the fisheye camera, so I had to include it in the intro. Please excuse me. But today we are working on a little farmer's market. I almost forgot what we were even building today, to be honest. I just had the biggest brain fart, but I'm glad farmer's market came out because that is indeed what we are doing. Yeah, I know what we're doing. I completely haven't lost my mind. So I did start building this area on stream, and so you can see I kind of have the rough outline of the building behind, but in keeping with my complete aloofness, I completely forgot to film it. So, but yeah, basically we just have the Azuma gazebo with the storefronts and the country kitchen in front of it to create a little mock building, and I just adore the effect that it gives. I went ahead and built up some terraforming behind this area in hopes of creating a view. We'll see if we achieve that in the end. I also wanted to have a little bee apiary or whatever, apiary, up front, as well as a sitting area. So we're gonna throw those in. We of course have to have a tiny duck and some veggies because Quack Core and Farmer's Market, it just demands it. I also adore these little shopping baskets. I think they're so cute, and I'm really loving the pops of white with the darker wood tones. I think it looks very fresh, very spring. I'm super here for it. I've been really enjoying decorating in this theme. And then these barrels, I honestly don't love them that much, but I recently discovered that I can just turn them around and hide the label that's on them, and I like them so much more. And then I ran into Ava, who I'm honestly very worried about. I don't remember having time traveled a lot, and she was acting like she had never seen me, and she's also just been acting so weird on the island, staring off into the distance. Honestly, I have a theory that maybe it's not Ava at all and that it's just like a weird body double of Ava. I'm not really sure, but I'm very worried about her. Then I screwed up epically by basically tearing apart my build, so I climbed up here because I'd given up, and what even was that? A mic cricket. Yeah, and as you can tell, I'm very strong, and that's basically the build. Thanks for coming, guys. Bye. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a little bit unhinged today, if you can't tell. I don't really know what my deal is. Brain go burr. But this is what you're getting, so I hope that's okay. Also really obsessed with the vine lamp. It is so precious. I kind of want one in real life. And then you already know I love to put shoes and socks everywhere, so I'm putting shoes here and a duck here because I mean, that's basically my entire brand. Shoes and socks and ducks and foxes. Oh my! I also wanted to include more actual food items, so I love this little flour bag. I went ahead and put the flour bag on top of the larger bags because I just think it's cute, and wanted to incorporate a little bunny as well. I feel like it just adds in another kind of cute little pop of white with all this brown, which I am loving for. I am living for. And then because I just don't know when to quit, I went over across this little river here and I decided to build up some terraforming. I've just been really loving adding more overlooks and kind of viewing areas to the island. I'm always so inspired by people who have some gorgeous views all over their island, so I'm kind of challenging myself to create more on my own and think outside the box just a little bit with my terraforming.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Yeah, I don't know about her. Hashtag bring back the real Ava because something fishy is going on. So here's what we ended up with. I'm really pleased with the overlook that we've got, and then I decided to add a little ladder here, and then of course we need to decorate this because obviously I wanted to include lots of trees up here because I want this island to look very overgrown, like pretty much all of the islands that I've done. I just absolutely love the lush and green and flower filled and weed filled type vibes, so I'm just gonna try to continue that up here. I honestly had the hardest time decorating this little area. I actually had done a few of other things and then I just tore it down, and so you guys are seeing the finished product, but this actually took me quite a while considering it's such a tiny space. I do really enjoy the contrast of that black lantern with all of the kind of white and light wood tones that we've got going on here. And then I wanted to create a very small winding path leading from the ladder to the lookout spot. It was kind of a challenge because they're actually like right in line with each other, like symmetrical, so it was kind of tricky to make the path wind winding considering it's a straight shot, but I do feel like it looks kind of cute in the end. It's not like a super windy, path or anything, but it's the desired effect. I'm pleased with it. As for the rest of this little lookout, I've been loving the mush items for this island, and I always forget about them. I'm going to try to incorporate more of the white mush variations because I just think it looks very fresh, very spring, and then I pretty much just filled in a lot of areas with weeds as well. I didn't want to do anything too crazy. I wanted this to look very, very natural still. I also love the look of the wheat field here, and then of course I had to incorporate another decoy duck because we just have to. I also remembered custom designs randomly and decided to try to incorporate this stump, but to be honest, I get so picky about these tiny areas and it just looked like too symmetrical. So if you guys are struggling with that similar, kind of things looking too symmetrical, definitely just offset them by one tile because I feel like that looks so much better. I might come back to that stump and just add one of the tiny little toy ducks because I just think they're so cute. It would be like a little mama duck, baby duck moment. We'll see if I remember that later. I've also been trying to incorporate more of actual little stumps throughout the island because when I visit other people's islands, I just think they're so cute. Look at that little baby stump. So we're gonna try to incorporate a few more of those throughout the island. I just feel like they're a great way to add some texture to the build, and we're just finishing it off with some weeds. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of this build. I had to add in yet another pair of shoes, so I went ahead and took them off of my own feet, literally putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this build. But here we have the finished view. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little speed build today. Definitely let me know what you thought in the comments below. And before we say goodbye today, I want to take a second to thank our channel members. Thank you guys so much for supporting my content here on this channel. You can also support the channel by liking and subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!